JLongHair here in the house. Welcome to another MTG Roundtable. How's it going, Dan?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good. We finally got everything all set up after a series of reformats, reinstalls, having people spend money they didn't have, and on me, of course. That's usual. After all, I'm a beautiful woman and I need to be treated like so.
I'm still waiting for those. Those pick. Never mind.
No, right, yeah. I sent you a capital B and a C the other day. I figured you just finish it off.
Oh, okay. My bad.
You know, I mean, I can send you the L picks I took.
No, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Okay.
All right. Carry on, sir. But glad that you're back up and running. Awesome. Robert's table. How you doing, buddy?
It's been a rough damn week, and I've been looking forward to this all week, man. How you doing?
I'm okay. I might have to make some trips today, so I'm not excited about that. But yeah, other than that, I'm gonna fight through, guys. I just might have to dip like halfway through a sentence because it's bad.
Oh, someone had Taco Bell last night. Damn.
No, not even Taco Bell. So it's like, all right, what happened?
He's got the coffee shablitz.
What's that?
I said you might have the coffee shablitz.
No caffeine yet today. Matter of fact, I have to go get some here in a minute.
No
so I want to get.
You know what time it is?
Yeah, it's past time actually. It's roundtable time, bro.
Somebody get that guy a purple drink.
Yeah, I need a purple drink, dude. That I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm like, but I have to ice it, so it's kind of like, bruh, because like
it's watered down purple drink.
Yeah, I'm gonna have watered down purple drink because I didn't put it in the fridge in time, bro. I was just like, I was like, all right, I have one in there, and you know, I got it confused, even though the cans are smaller. Because remember I tried out a bunch of those hard teas from Monster, so I probably just like was half asleep this morning. Go, okay, I got Monster, and I'm good to go, and it crashed. So, anyways. Yeah, so welcome everyone to another round table. TCGDude, good to see you, bud. K-Torque, how's it going? Cool. So today we're gonna be talking about the unbannings. I'm not sure if I should leave you guys while I go grab my purple drink with a bunch of reading or what, because I know Dan doesn't really have a lot of info on this. Robert, I know you do.
Oh yeah.
How do you want to start? Because it's a lot to tackle.
How long is it going to take you to go grab that purple drink?
Well, it depends if I have to hit the can too. I'm having one of those days. Yeah.
Well, what if you hit the can in the purple drink?
I am not that skilled. Plus, I'd have to empty the purple drink first. So, anyways, honestly, for me, I'll just give you guys a quick summary for me. But we'll actually get more in depth. Honestly, nothing really affects me. I can understand on some of them how they would be unbanned because honestly, we have way more power creep now than before. So most of these cards didn't even need to be unbanned. But you know, I'm gonna go with Braids. Braids pretty oppressive, bro. It's not as oppressive as stuff moving forward or since then, but it's still kind of a real pain to deal with, especially as a commander because she keeps coming back.
Well,
what do you think?
She's not near as bad as Tergrid.
Yeah, Tergrid's way worse.
So, you know, outside, yeah, other than that, I mean, she only affects on upkeep, and when she got banned, instant speed removal was not as widespread as it is today. So, you know, like, you've got instant speed removal in blue, green, white, black, red. There's millions of ways to handle a Braids when it hits the field. So, you know, like if Braids goes up against your Chatterfang deck, you're just like, cool, I'll sack 2 squirrels. Done.
What do you mean 2?
Pay 1 black, sack 2 squirrels, give her +2, -2 till end of turn.
Oh,
Isn't she a 2/2? Yeah, so you just pay 1 black, sack 2 squirrels. Okay, she's dead. Cast her again in 2 turns.
Yeah. No, I was thinking about her upkeep ability, but yeah.
Yeah. It only affects on the player's upkeep. So you can, if you went before the person, it might help you out because then you know, the next 2 opponents have to sack something that comes to the end of that person's turn. You're like, cool, get rid of Braids now. Now it's my turn. So yeah, she's not near as bad as she used to be. All of these cards aren't near as powerful as they used to be.
Yeah.
So
I'm
fine
get
with
a
it.
visual reference, so maybe you can gab if I'm taking too long. Oh god.
Ooh.
Yeah, something hit. It's not. It's like F you about it.
I'm not your buddy guy.
Yeah, exactly. Bro. Oh god. All right. So if you guys aren't familiar, I'm pretty sure most of you are, but I'm gonna post up the 5 cards that did get unbanned. And then I gotta go into.
Whoa.
Whoa, what happened?
Whoa,
Are you on a CB radio?
I heard a squirrel. What happened?
Your audio just totally clipped. It was weird.
Yeah, you went to like CB radio status. You're like breaker 19.
Rubber
But
ducky.
I heard a squirrel. Do we get someone new?
Oh, we might have. I didn't see the. I don't get to see that screen.
I heard a squirrel. I was like, "What? A squirrel?" Okay. I'm gonna find out about that because I'm curious. We got a squirrel. Okay. Come on. Oh, Oz. That's what happened. Oz, thanks for joining us, man. Yeah. Let me get back to that. I was like, it's funny because I don't have my glasses on. I looked over. I thought, oh, Omega's joining us early today, but no, it's Oz. Welcome to the fams, bro. All right. I was like, I had to investigate the squirreliness. Okay. I just had it up, and we're gonna get up the picture. Where are you? Boom, 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 boom. Open with photos. God, that was work. Oh my god, dude.
Oh god.
It just knows that because it's like, oh, you got to go to the restroom. Let's mess with you more, bastard. All right, I got this up here for you, bud. Okay, share screen.
Bro, shouldn't be down in 12 tons of Chipotle before a stream, man. She.
Oh no, it was worse. I decided. Yeah. We have a place called Rockin' Jenny's, like the best subs in town, and pastrami.
Oh.
And I was just like, oh, big spender. I'm gonna double that meat. It's so just the stuff from the pastrami, bro. It's just like my body's all like, bruh,
it doubled. It doubled.
Yeah, doubled the instant
regret.
Yeah. To say the least. Okay. So, what about Coalition Victory?
Again, it's not as bad.
Yeah, I mean,
like if you blow up their creature, it's done.
I mean, by the time you have 3+ Wooburg, you know, I mean, it could be cheated out, I guess. Yeah, you can't cheat it out, right? I don't. That's a lot of things to pay. I mean, you're talking about 8 and every color for Wooburg. Now, creature wise, as long as your creature has one of the pips in it, it will count for that. But I mean, you're gonna want one of every basic land anyways for this condition to fire. So I'm just, I don't really play Wooburg, so that's kind of what I was asking you, Robert. Like, I mean, how feasible is this to play?
It's not that bad. Not like it used to be. Because if you have one black creature and one of your 3 opponents blows up that creature, that's it. Spells fizzles. So it's not that bad.
Well, no, you need a creature type, like
a creature of each color.
Yeah. Well, no. Because you could have Ur-Dragon out, and you got the creature part handled.
Exactly. So if you blow up the Ur-Dragon, spell fizzles.
Yes. Right.
That's what I'm saying. You know, if you've got
hey, bro,
3 color creature.
We're echoing.
Okay, give me a second.
Oh.
I think I know what's up. All right, hold
on.
I got it. It's sharing the desktop audio, so bear with me. Bruh. Stop, dude. Why you? Bruh. Okay. Let me try it without the desktop audio. That'd be good.
That might work.
Yeah. No, I had the audio off. The hail, Bobby?
Weird.
Okay, so do you hear echo now, Dan?
Major.
I don't.
No, it's gone now. It's gone now.
Okay.
Yeah, it just fixed.
Okay. Yeah.
The hail,
Yeah,
Bobby?
we're back. you got the bugs today, bro.
Well, intestinally too, apparently.
Exactly. Exactly.
Anyways.
Yeah,
Okay,
coalition victory these days they took it out because they didn't want a win game type spell, but yeah, it's like, why even bother taking it out? There's so many ways to stop this spell from happening. So
right, and I know everyone gets into tissy because they don't like pack removal. You know.
yeah, no one likes to have removal or instant speed interaction, but then Deadly Rollick is, like a $30 card. So
yeah. Nah, I swear you could judge the market by how broken the card is. So
yeah.
What? Oh. What about gifts ungiven?
So that one, it's not a put in every blue deck type card, but if you're doing combo, this is your card. If you're playing some sort of blue combo deck that's using recursion and such, then it's basically tutor up all my combo pieces. Doesn't matter what my opponent does because I've got the cards in my graveyard and in my hand. So that one arguably could be the problem card. But again, you're not going to put that in just any blue deck. You're going to want that in very specific type of strategies most times. You can put it in any blue deck and just pick up 4 counter spells. But
yeah,
that it's all on your play group. So
gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. I've never had it played against me. I mean, how long ago was this banned?
Oh God, what was it? 2006 or 2009? So yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute since it was banned, and I mean, it's a powerful card. Don't get me wrong; it's a super powerful card, and I mean, yeah, you can put this in slot. If you have blue, you can slot it anywhere. This is like your blue tutor for anything. So that's why it was originally banned. But in today's day and age, and then you put it on the game changers list. So now we're looking at bracket 3 and up decks are running this. So if you don't want to play against it, you can play bracket 2.
Right. Okay. And this one seems odd to me because it costs so much in blue. Sway of the Stars.
Sway was a funny one. So
Yeah.
Reset the game, but everyone's life total becomes 7.
Right.
Okay. Unless you there's no instant win really with this card unless you stack it exactly correctly. So it
just seems annoying.
Yeah. It is. It's just an annoying card. So it really shouldn't have ever been on the ban list, but now it's just like they took it off and it's like, okay, well, that makes sense. Might as well take it off. I mean, what the heck? Maybe someone will break a 10 mana sorcery.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just don't see it. I if you want to be annoying, yeah, throw it in your deck. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Unban this and Shahrazad, and let's just have a game of games.
Oh God! Might as well throw Karn in there too, bro.
Oh yeah, exactly. There, see, now you're on the level. Let's do it.
Yeah, no, I mean, but Karn's worse. I would think. I don't. No, this one's worse. I don't know. It's not a strategy I mess with, So it's like.
It's not a strategy most want to mess with, to be honest. So
it just seems like you're already going against like a freaking hug deck, and they're just like, I don't like the outcome of this game. You know what? Let's make it another 5 hours.
Yes, exactly. You know what? I got nothing to do for the next few hours. I've got my depends on. Let's just keep sitting here for a while.
Yeah, that's right. No, I almost might need some depends down.
Hey, don't knock the adult underwear, okay? Because I'll tell you what, a lot of gamers on YouTube rely on that stuff.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's disturbing too, but yes.
It doesn't make it right, but hey, cool.
Yeah, true. All right, here's a card I had known nothing about. Panoptic mirror. What? How do you say that?
Panoptic mirror. Yeah, so that card is Genesis. The problem card in some regards. If you put an extra turn spell on this and it gets to your next upkeep, game's over. Yeah, I'm just, if I were to use this with an extra turn spell and somehow get it imprinted on there, it's going to cost me 10 mana to do so, and somehow get to my next upkeep without losing Panoptic Mirror. Game's over. I'm playing Solitaire.
For what card?
The Panoptic Mirror. So what it does is a 5 mana artifact. Then you have to pay X and tap it.
Frank, sorry, I didn't see you there, bud.
Am I free?
You're free. Hey!
He let you out of the prison. Thank you.
Frank was in quarantine.
I wasn't allowed to eat bread, guys. Help.
No. Only water for you, sir. So... The Panoptic Mirror, you pay X and tap it. Exile a card, an instant or sorcery from your hand with converted mana cost of X. At the beginning of your upkeep, you can copy that exiled card and play it without paying its mana cost. So if I can get an extra turn spell on it, and I can get another upkeep, then it's game over. That's like the harshest reality with this card that anyone can do with it. Or you could put Sway of the Stars on it and just get really annoying. Every upkeep, we restart the game.
Oh, God.
For one upkeep. But
can you do that infinitely?
No, you only get it one shot.
Oh, okay.
That
would just be ironic, because every turn, everyone resets.
But if you do Shahrazad on there, if Shahrazad becomes unbanned, then it becomes really
and there's nothing to say Shahrazad won't be unbanned after all.
No. And honestly, Shahrazad's a perfectly fine Magic the Gathering card. It's just annoying as hell and makes the game last forever. That's it.
You are correct, but remember, they did just unban Braids, so,
Yeah, she's annoying, but she's also a 2/2 in a time where green has instant speed removal.
At 1-drops, though?
If you have the magic hand to pull Braids out, turn 1, you deserve the win.
It's true.
It's true. Plain and simple.
I get the impression that everyone who's trying to play Braids is going to be doing their darndest to be trying to force her out as early as possible in the game.
Oh yeah, for sure. But
and obviously,
it's going to require, a really good hand. You need Dark Ritual and Soul Ring, basically, in order to drop her turn 1, or you need Lotus Petal and Dark Ritual, or Lotus Petal and Cabal Ritual and Soul Ring, stuff like that. So
just named like 7 cards that are going into every copy of the deck.
Exactly. They're straight going to be playing them, but I mean, you got a 99 card deck. If you get her out turn 1, then I'm just not going to play. If you go first, I'm just not going to play a land, and you're going to be sacking stuff. So I'll just hold until you have to sack your commander, and I'm like, okay, we're good.
Right, and it would require a good amount of cheating to get that perfect first hand. So,
yeah,
I mean, if they're doing it consistently, I mean, I would shuffle their deck better. I mean, come on.
I mean, Braids is mean, but turn 1 Turgrid is way worse right offhand. Yeah. So,
stuff has to die.
Yeah,
I mean, her with Turgrid would be broken.
Well, her with Turgrid is mean, super mean. And that's where you run Braids as your commander and Turgid in the 99. But
How you
yeah.
doing?
But having
Yeah.
these as game changers kind of makes it like, well, you know, if you're
Well,
not really going to see these decks unless you're playing bracket 3 and higher, any of these cards.
I mean, that's all I play, so whatever. I mean, I don't see a difference.
Yeah.
But for Gifts Ungiven, though, it's my understanding, did it not make the game changer list?
It did. All of them did.
It and it's okay.
No, all 5 are on
Good.
game changer list. So,
Okay.
which that's one of the things I loved about the bracket system and the game changers is they can kind of slot it out, and if they wanted to increase the bracket list, the option is there, so they can play totally unbanned commander, which is insanely fun for anyone who hasn't done it.
Huh. Yeah. All right. So I'm wondering what to leave with you guys with, because I have to make that run and get a purple drink and all that. So
he's going to the store and never coming back.
Actually,
are you heading for milk, DJ? Don't be like my dad, bro.
Yeah. No, I'm not getting milk.
Wait, I thought you said your dad went for cigarettes. Now
No,
it's
it was
milk.
milk.
Oh.
It was milk.
Usually cigarettes and milk, but yes. All right. Well, you know what? I need to entrust one of you guys to pull up the article. So Frank or Robert, who's more tech savvy? I mean, Dan
I
can
have
too.
zero idea what we're looking for.
Which I think one of the boys should. I'm not sure what you're looking for exact.
Well, while you guys work on figuring out the article, I'm going to answer Genesis Nightmare's question.
Sure.
They don't understand why Braids is good, and you have to
Okay.
sacrifice your stuff too. That is true, Genesis. As the Braids player, you will have to sacrifice your own stuff. But the point of Braids, the point of playing Braids in Commander, is not necessarily to win. If you're playing a Braids deck, chances are you're going to be trying to make the game as much of a slogfest as possible. You're going to be playing all sorts of effects, like smokestack-like effects, to slow the game down and to force your opponents into having as few resources as possible while you slowly build up an ideal hand. Because in a Braids deck and a mono black deck, there is plenty of ways to formulate a really good game-winning combo that you don't have to worry about losing while it's on the board. You can just play it from the hand and call it a day. So while everybody else at the table is spending all of their time sacrificing all their permanents, losing all their dudes, you're sitting there nice and tight with your tutors and your combo pieces in hand going, all right, it's been 18 turns of everybody just losing their things. I'm going to win the game now.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yep.
It's important to remember why Braids was banned in the first place. Braids is not necessarily a powerful commander because she does have the effect of making you lose your stuff too and just drawing the game out. Braids was banned because of how unfun it is to play in a pod with her, which is very different. Braids is one of the best examples of an unfun commander just because that effect is very oppressive. And even back then, she was banned in 2009, I think. Even back then, that effect is just really strong and it's relatively easy to get her out. Nowadays, with all the extra stuff Black has access to, and that is a lot, a Braids deck, I would argue, is even stronger. So to answer your question, it's not that she's good, it's just that her effect is unfun.
Yeah, she's very unfun. I've never played against it, but I can imagine,
Some friends and I, a few years ago, we got together and played Unbanned Commander. And
yes,
we got about 8 good hours of games in, and at the end of that 8 hours, we kind of unanimously agreed that the Braids deck was the worst one. It was miserable.
That's fair. Braids can be miserable. When I see Sylvan Primordial hit the field when we do our Unbanned Commander night, that's when I'm not having fun.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one right off the top of my head. Okay, I gotta run.
You got a waddle, you mean?
Yeah, I don't want to spray. Robert, I sent you the link. Can you pop that up real quick while I'm here? Because I don't have a admin on right now. So,
have fun.
Oh yeah, no. I just sent it to you in Discord, Robert.
Yep, I got it open on my thingy here.
Okay, so you go down to below where it says share, and then if you don't have a second screen, go to screen. Yes, I got it. Okay, so it should say Chrome tab, and then you should be able to find it there.
Open a new tab.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying you have it. You have to share that tab.
Oh, I got you.
And then I have to approve it,
do it.
and then we're good to go. Sorry, everyone. I went nuts on pastrami, so my body's like, what, bruh? It was really good, though.
I thought you said earlier you said you had malaria.
Same difference. No, love me, bro. Ugh. Did you get it, Robert? Oh.
Well, I got the tab open. I got to figure out how to.
So in Talk Studio, there should be an option for share. Should be probably down the bottom.
Okay, there we go. Select the tab to share. Sure. Okay.
Yep. And then there we go. Okay. Hopefully you don't have any internet. I can't even say it. I almost broke the before 30 minutes trying to pronounce that. But there you go. It's all huge now. Okay. Talk about what you guys want. I am going to explode. I'll be right back.
You guys heard him say we could talk about whatever we want, right?
Whatever we want. The 30 minutes might not be here, but let's go.
So he didn't want to get monetized for this episode, right? There was
bro. Oh, God.
Guys, have you ever read the Illusionary Mask Effect?
Oh my God, I love Illusionary Mask.
Illusionary Mask is the best magic card in the game because it basically does everything it can to make the game a not game. Here's why.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I know this is a huge word salad, guys, but pick out what you guys want. I'll be back, man. Oh my God, I gotta run.
He's been leaving for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, I know. Like he had to run like 20 minutes ago. What the hell? Bruh, I hope you make it. Oh, too late. Oh my gosh. All right. So
this friggin' article.
Yeah, this article long. And yeah, I love this line right here. A lot has changed since it was banned. We believe people will know what they're signing up for in a game with Braids as a commander and a card in the 99. It's reasonable and acceptable.
It shows that Gavin's just hilariously out of touch.
Mm-hmm. But I
believe people will know what they're signing up for.
Well, they'll find out real quick.
Yeah, the thing is, the average Magic fan is not super engrossed. They're not super familiar with all the cards. They might not even know what Braids is or that she was unbanned. Especially like if they're super casual going to events and such.
Right.
It is a really hard thing to keep track of. I mean, really. I mean, if unless that is like your really big obsession. Like, I mean, because I'm pretty sure most fans of TCG nowadays are like, yeah, I'm playing my game, and this is my game, and unless they see it like on a Magic show or something like here, they're probably not going to know.
Yeah. And too many of them are just hyper casual fans. There's a lot that just I wouldn't necessarily say like are unfamiliar with the game, because that's not true, but they're just not like super entrenched.
Or many have not been around for, like I've been around for a long time. I know you have, Frank. Mm-hmm. So we know what these things can do. And if you're prepared for it, it's fine. If you're not, it's not.
Yeah, but put yourself on the foot of someone who just hopped into Magic Gathering for.
Oh yeah.
Let's say upcoming June. June's coming up right now. There's going to be a bunch of people hopping into Magic because of Final Fantasy. How awful would it be if their first game night for Final Fantasy was sitting across the table from a Braids deck.
That would be pretty true. Yep.
Like,
that would
could
be.
you imagine picking up your Final Fantasy VII Commander deck, sitting at the end of the table saying, I know how to play the game, I'm going to have fun, and you just don't get to do anything for the next 2 hours?
Yeah, but to be fair, one of my first tournaments, I started in beta, and one of my first tournaments that I went to was after Legends, and I was playing a all-creature vampire deck. Vampiric bats, singer vampires and stuff. I was a little kid. I was 14. And,
hang on, sorry. I'm my brain's slow. I heard you say you started in beta, so I would like to update my internal vocabulary for you. From now on, I should be referring to you as Great Grandpa.
Yeah, exactly. and so I sat down at this tournament, and the first deck I went against was a friggin' mono blue creatureless deck with tabernacles. So you talk about unfair. This dude drops a tabernacle turn 1, and I'm like, well, crap.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Cry?
There's my game loss. Okay, let's move on. Second game, tabernacle. Wonderful.
Yeah.
So,
I don't even...
it's the rite of passage we all go through as Magic players in our first sanctioned events.
Sure. But yeah, so this article, Gavin goes over all 5 of the cards, right? And Panoptic Mirror.
So this is disingenuous right here, what he says. The game is over immediately with Panoptic Mirror. It's not. You have to wait until the beginning of your next upkeep. So that's a little disingenuous. You do have a chance to end this effect.
Yeah. Well,
but it's still a pain.
Well, the thing is, Panoptic. So I'm gonna go in from the article top to bottom, go over all the cards. Okay, quick while DJ is exploding his can.
Sure.
Gifts Ungiven.
Scroll back up. Here you go.
Yeah. I'm gonna be lightning round, right? Gifts Ungiven is one of the best tutors in the game, and in a Dimir deck, it is basically a double tutor, double dump in the grave, right? And you're going to choose the best cards for it, right? And you're basically playing a mind game. I like Gifts Ungiven being unbanned because it's a strong card that people have. It's not necessarily overpowered; it's just really good, especially for its mana cost, right?
Right. Fully agree.
Okay, Sway of the Stars. Sway of the Stars is not a problem. It's a 10 mana card. 10 mana in mono in blue, right? Like you have to be double dipping into mana to even get close to being able to cast this bad boy easily, right? And it's not even necessarily going to win you the game. All it's going to do is either A, give you some way to try and close the game out, or B, screw you over, depending on what your board state looked like when it resolved.
Mm-hmm.
So I have no problem with that. We're going to skip over Braids. Okay, we're going to skip over Braids. Coalition Victory is the card on this banning that should have been unbanned 10 years ago. Everybody wanted this bad boy unbanned. It is an 8 mana win the game. And I've said for so long, not just on YouTube, but in casual conversation, like if you can get across resolving an 8 mana spell, you deserve to win regardless. Like you
should be winning already.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And I know. Yeah,
and also,
like if you're playing Coalition Victory, if you're hard casting it, you got it.
Yeah, and 2, when you have a card like Thassa's Oracle in the field, in the play, like that's just you can win on turn 3 with that card, even on turn 1 or 2. So
even turn 0, good lord.
Yeah. And then there's Panoptic Mirror, which I don't think Panoptic Mirror is as big a threat as people like make it out to be, because it is A, one of the most explodable cards in the game, and B, you really have to have a good card in hand when you're casting it.
And and black even has artifact removal. Green, red, blue.
Every deck in the format has some way to get rid of this bad boy easily. If this thing survives,
I have to state this: there's nothing worse than a blue player. Period. Thank you.
Well, then just call me one of the worst people.
Oh, I
Yeah,
know.
so with
Matter of
Yeah,
fact,
yeah,
Better
I'm,
than others, Robert. You know.
you know what? Just to talk about a little degeneracy, I'm building Kinnan right now. So
You.
yeah, ew. Kinnan Bonder Prodigy. Let's go.
Yeah, so with all of that in mind, all of that stuff said before, all of those cards either aren't as powerful as people made them out to be, or are okay for the game. Like, but to take it back to Braids, Braids isn't powerful, but she's also not okay for the game. And when Gavin put out this little announcement, he put 3 criteria for these cards, right? Cards that have fond memories, cards that contribute to a positive play pattern experience, and cards that don't create runaway games or negative play patterns. Here's the problem. Braids is one of the most reviled commanders in the game's history, so she doesn't tick off criteria number 1. She does not contribute to positive play patterns. In fact, she does the opposite, so doesn't tick number 2. And she doesn't create runaway games, but she does create a negative environment. So she doesn't tick off number 3. So, why would Gavin go through the effort of writing out those criteria and then 3 cards in, give us an unban that ignores all the criteria?
Well, I mean, Frank, come on.
For I think
Wait. You know, their excuses for banning Mana Crypt and Jeweled Lotus, but not Soul Ring. I mean,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. This is just more hypocrisy from Wizards of the Coast and more examples of Gavin doing his very best to do to Commander what he did to Pauper.
Right, but you have to understand his outfit is more important, sir.
Oh, shit.
And his toupee.
Yeah, I'd like to remind people that Gavin has done a fantastic job of running Pauper. When was the last time you played Pauper, by the way?
Never.
So
he's doing a fantastic job.
I think the last time I played Pauper was in like 04. So it's been
I tried playing a Pauper event like 3 months ago, and it's just didn't fire off.
Frank, I have nothing against Gavin, to be perfectly honest, but I mean, I do I appreciate you attempting to show. I really do.
Oh no. It's not that I have anything against Gavin. It's that, come on, man, don't give us this list of criteria and then
for
half a scroll page down, give us a card that completely flies on the face of it. Come on, just try better.
Yeah,
try something else.
Yeah. No, I mean,
also welcome back. We were afraid you would fall in.
What about 3 dudes?
I was afraid for his plumbing.
What?
His plumbing was afraid for his plumbing.
Yes. And then, of course, when I get there, nothing happens. I'm like, great. So I'm still on standby.
No.
Had to pull out extra insurance on that plumbing.
Guys, it's the legend.
I did. Apparently, my plumbing was owned by or got stolen by FedEx as well.
Oh, yeah. I've been seeing all these messages. What's going on with FedEx? What are you fighting?
I agree, Collector Invest. Should be a bracket for ban. Yes, please.
Yeah, no. So basically, I have these flash sales that pop up, and they are super good deals. And it's usually a week or 2 before we even get spoilers. So yeah, there's a risk, but the price is right, so it doesn't matter. We had a bunch of pre-orders on that, and I've never had a problem with this company. Never had a problem with my seller as I go through my seller to be able to use said distributor. So distributor ships it off, no problem. Tracking's great. It says it should be delivered Monday, and then we get the error on Monday saying it's stuck and still in transit. I'm like, okay, well, my area is a little weird. We always get our stuff, but if it says it's Friday, we'll probably get it Saturday kind of feel. You know what I mean? So that's what I thought it was. But no, we end up having to call customer service since Monday the 14th to see what's up and get them to actually look for it. They never bothered looking for it. I think it was stolen on site. And now they're telling us to go back to the company to try to get a refund or whatever. They have to file the claim. So,
no.
We're talking grand theft here. I've had to replace the items. I am already in an additional on top of what we ordered, 15K or not K, but 1,500. So 1.5K is what I mean to say. And as you guys know, that is more than a lot for me. I happen to be in a position temporarily hood rich, that I was able to handle it. But yeah, so that was in addition to what we all paid for our pre-orders and the giveaway box and all that.
Oh man.
And I still have to refund people. So the best case scenario, if they finally do put in the claim and all that, out of that $1,200 but now worth $2,200 order, because that's what it costs to replace everything in the order at today's prices. Yeah, I'm out an additional 15 on it. So it's I've been on with the last 2 weeks. Yeah.
And this has been happening a lot lately. People have been reporting this not just for Magic, but for Pokemon as well, where their big Pokemon boxes will be shipped out and they'll just mysteriously disappear in transit.
Yeah, and it's actually not on the seller or the distributor that we purchased from, because the dimensions were in there, the size, the weight, everything matches up. So it's not a scam from the order standpoint. It's a scam as when it arrived to the Oceanside facility. Now, the Oceanside facility has a 1-star, so that means that a lot of other people are complaining about not getting their crap. So I did reach out to the FBI. Hopefully, they'll actually take it serious and investigate it. I really doubt the FBI will do anything. The police don't want to be involved. They say it is a civil matter. I don't think it's a civil matter because we're talking grand theft. So that's what's going on. I try to summarize it best I can because I keep talking about it because that's been happening to us for 2 weeks now. So I'm out all that money. The seller was kind enough to refund what we paid in initially, or what I paid in initially. So it's not that big of a blow, but it still pisses me off. And there's product on there that after 2.5 years of not being piss poor and not being able to order a collector's, I finally was able to do so for myself. And I ended up having to give it up because of the stupidity. So it's just mad burn on me. And because it happened to me, less people are going to be apt to buy from me, even though this is a one-time fluke. You know what I mean? That's what really hurts. You know?
That is unfortunate, man.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's happened to you before, but probably not on a literal grand scale. You know?
No, I've had packages go missing, but not $1,500 worth.
Yeah.
Well, 2,200 now. The collectors went from, we got a sick deal at 220. They're now over 400. And to buy cheap, I might be able to source one for 350. But I seriously doubt it.
You talking about Final Fantasy or? But yeah, let's continue.
Yeah, no, Final Fantasy, we are making sure that we have more than ground shipping insurance. We did not have an option from the company. That's where the company, the distributor messed up, is they should give an option for paying for that insurance, for extra insurance, especially on an order over $1,000. You know, yeah, they don't really offer insurance until you get over 1,500.
So I'll be honest, DJ, your package went wonky when it was in Pennsylvania.
Hey,
when they no, in Pennsylvania, his package, they said they replaced the label because the label was damaged. I'm like, I've never seen that before. If the label got damaged in Pennsylvania, how'd that happen? So
yeah, and they scanned it in.
It was
Oceanside.
weird.
So it arrived to Oceanside even after that weirdness.
Yeah, so I think they might have screwed up on that extra label too when they put that extra label on and screwed everything up.
And because it's not a typical stop tick box, they probably threw it in an old box that might have had some label information. So maybe that might be an error from the distributor, but I don't know.
Put it in a Pokemon box, and then the Pokemon scalpers tried to scalp it.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's possible. So that's what's going on, Frank.
That is unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear it all. But now I know the full story.
Yeah, now you know. Moving forward for any of the flash sale stuff, if they don't offer extra insurance. I'll just refund everyone because I am not and cannot be liable any further for any huge order like that. I mean, this is a one-time fluke that I was able to handle what I was able to handle, but there's no way, you know. And when I ship out too, I got to remind myself if it's over $100, make sure you guys get insurance. Period. No matter what carrier. It's not just FedEx right now. There's a lot of people experiencing this issue. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Since November, I've had 7 with USPS, 7 issues. So
Really?
And my wife works for USPS, so she
Oh,
told
boy.
me how to navigate it.
If I have to not use the United States Postal Service, I won't. First of all, whenever I go down to the post office, because I always put the little red letter on my door saying, "We tried to deliver to you. Well, you never rang my doorbell. I'm home all the time. You never knocked on my door. And I go down to the post office and they have this elderly person there. And there's always elderly people at the post office. We can't get your box. We can't lift it. We have to wait until somebody's able to get it for us, probably tomorrow or the next day. And, so it's like, hello, stop with your DEI hires and get me my friggin' package. Sorry.
I have the opposite. I love my postal carrier, and I love the guys at the post office. They're all great people.
Same.
I do have an issue with the USPS in other states because I have far too many packages that I know are paid for, but especially if it goes to places like California, it'll get returned to me with, "Oh, you owe 49 cents on this envelope." I'm like, I know I don't. I know for a fact I don't.
Yeah, so I had 2 orders from Card Kingdom that were sitting in Washington for a month before they finally moved, and it took me having to. So there is a person called a POOM, POOM. If you can find out their name, get it and email that person. Your package will move.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, they're they're the postmaster for that area. That's what I had to do. I had to go to my wife and be like, "How the hell do I get my stuff?"
Yeah, no, I hope that it is just delayed and it's just incompetence and not theft. Either way, I want my package. Even though it got refunded for it, I want it. I mean, my collector's in there, another collector for another individual's in there.
Right.
I am not going to pay $400 or $500 for Dragonstorm collector, so I'm out.
I'm not paying $400 or $500 for Dragonstorm collectors.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what it's at now. I mean, we'll get to Final Fantasy in a minute. Trust me, I wanted to talk to you guys about that. Oh my god. Anyway, yeah. Let's carry on with this. Let's wrap it up, or if we can. It's such a word salad, guys. We're talking a novel, at least.
Yeah.
Oh, the Dockside extortions part, yeah.
Yeah, the Dockside. So Dockside, I'm fine with staying banned. Mana Crypt, I don't really care one way or another. Jeweled Lotus should be unbanned.
Yeah, baby, let us play Braids turn 1 every game.
Yes. Yeah. Let me break Braids. But in truth,
no, hold on. Even with Jeweled Lotus, she's what, 4, right?
Well, you can Lotus costs 0.
What's that?
Lotus costs 0. So
yeah. My bad.
But
okay, carry on.
But for me, it's like, well, you created this card just for Commander.
Yeah.
In a Commander only set, in an Eternal format set, it sees no play anywhere else. What the hell? Like, and now you go and ban it. Like, Dockside doesn't see play anywhere else, really. I mean, I've seen some Legacy decks try to run him. But other than that, yeah.
Investable collectibles. Did you change your name again?
Or is this a different collectibles?
Well, it's Collector Invest. Is this the same person? Is the question.
Yeah. Maybe we have 2. Right. Maybe he cloned himself.
Maybe. I mean, welcome either way. I'm just curious.
He split off.
Oh. Okay.
So
it is not investable. It is a different person. A person who is into coins. Believe it or not.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Well, we welcome to the fams either way.
Hello.
Yeah, it's our friend Nathan, by the way. It's
Okay. So that's what we were asking, if it was a different person or not.
Yeah, it's our friend Nathan.
Okay.
So, there's not going to be any bans until next year, or unbans until next year.
Unless they make another Nadu.
Yeah, unless they make another Nadu, another busted card.
Which I think, Gavin, they already know. They have so many legal stuff they have to sign. So we already know we're going to get another Nadu.
Oh, yeah.
It's just going to happen. They're going to come out with another, we had this hidden premium set. Because Final Fantasy and Spider-Man and freaking the last Airbender. Bruh. Those are premium sets, remember?
No, they're not premium.
No.
They're standard sets.
Premium price, but they're not premium.
No, they're UB.
Yeah. I'm just saying. Okay, carry on, sir.
Anyway, so yeah, they're not gonna do anything until next year unless something emergency happens. So maybe Braids gets banned again or whatever if people get ticked off enough. And yeah, that's about it.
You understand all the bannings and unbannings are primarily so that we can sit there and talk for 5 hours for Rule 0 before playing the game. So
Yeah.
this is supposed to make that easier. So
Yeah,
now we're
exactly.
from 5 hours to 3 hours.
Exactly, and that's fine. We can chit chat. How do you feel about infinite combo decks?
Yeah. I'm like, what turn is it? If it's like past turn 4, fine, dude. I mean,
I can't wait to introduce you to Dave.
Which Dave?
That's the name of one of my decks. It's Dave.
Oh, okay.
Gave Guru of Spores.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, Genesis, that Universes Beyond should be different. I personally don't care about it. I always like differences. I'm always just looking for what's in my color pie anyways. So, I mean, if they made a My Little Pony set and they had some decent Jun cards, I'd be interested. But if there's like no Jun cards, I could care less. You know?
Dude, you jump all over those ponies. Don't lie.
I mean, you know.
Big into the horses.
She thick. No.
Yeah, I know. Exactly.
So,
yeah.
Here's a card that I do want unbanned.
What's that?
There you go. Library.
Oh, yeah.
Unbanned library.
No.
Yeah, unbanned library.
This man's been playing since beta. He wants a library. I mean, you know what? You guys know what? It's because he's got 17 of them stashed away.
I wish. I had 4 and they got my house literally got hit with a flood last October. I had 4 of them in my safe and my safe wasn't waterproof. So yeah, I had P9 in there that just gone, and yeah, very sad day. Very
so for all the people who are just listening in and don't know what that means, he had the value of a house in a box and lost it.
Yeah.
And lost it because of a freaking once every 100-year flood. So I live in Roswell, New Mexico. I live in the desert.
Oh, you live in Alien World?
I do, and I had 4 feet of water throughout my house. Like, bruh, seriously.
Yeah, but I just have to say, sometimes when you have to go, you have to go.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we're talking about something different. My bad.
DJ saying it was his fault.
It was DJ's fault. That's why I came back to Magic again and opened up my time.
It was the annual meetup, and DJ wanted to go to the bathroom. He was looking for his purple drink.
They wouldn't let me use the restroom. I was like, okay. I asked for my stapler back, bro. That's all I gotta say.
I asked for my stapler back. Hell
Real
yeah.
quick, speaking of the annual meetup, we're still working on getting people together for the planning committee on the annual meetup. That legit. So if you hit up my Discord.
Okay. So Dan, what you're saying is that we need a meetup to plan the meetup.
We need a
That's
meetup
right.
to plan the meetup. So, but if you guys do want to take part in the annual meetup, that
we
he's
should
not
have a
really
meeting
joking
about.
about. It's
We
going
should
to
have a
happen.
meetup about the announcement of the meetup for the meetup. I think that would be key. And then
Didn't you get the memo?
Oh, dude, no, because it didn't have the TPS report on the top, dude. I didn't know.
It was handed out right before the barbecue. It was
I'll shoot
before
you
the
a Teams
barbecue.
message.
Yeah. If you want, I can send you the Vine video that we made.
Oh, dude, that's so space age.
Yeah, you know, it's on our GeoCities website.
Sorry, I just took psychic damage from that.
Hold up, let me pull up my Netscape so I can find it real quick. I would say real quick, but that's gonna take a while.
Hey, which Usenet site are we meeting on, guys?
I'll find out, but my 1400 baud modem's not going to be able to find out for about 3 days.
Hell yes.
I just got this disc in from AOL, dude. It's gonna take me hours, but I got you guys.
I got you. You've got mail.
What do you guys think is more likely? How long do you think anyone can last watching this while we all do our best to imitate the AOL login sounds?
Oh my god.
The most annoying stream ever starts now. Come on, boys.
Great.
And now DJ just lost 500 subs.
It's okay.
Only because they couldn't keep a connection.
That's what I'm saying. I've been trying to plan the MTG barbecue for like ever, bro.
Yeah, it's been a couple years.
Yeah. Well,
Jeez.
no one wants to come to Cali, so I get you.
It's understandable.
Well, once we get Jesse to come out, because I'm legitimately planning a meetup for the whole community of streamers here in our little circle, and once Jesse comes out from the UK, we're gonna meet up over on the East Coast and drive to meet up and do like 3 or 4 barbecues between Florida and California.
Yeah, and the end barbecue will be here.
Yeah, that's the whole point. Is the last shot is going to be in Los Angeles, Southern California, maybe San Diego area, and then Jess will fly back to the UK. But yeah, we're going to do a whole series of meetups.
Yeah. I'll catch you
yeah.
at FNet, Brawl, and then our
Bro.
14.4 kbps modem. Oh, right.
Yes. Let me hook up on Mud. Let's play some God Wars.
Game.
The joke is that we're all very old.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I make comments like, you know, I know everyone hates AI and stuff, but we're sitting there impatient, waiting. You know, usually a song takes months to years to develop in a studio to get right and all that. And here we are bitching about, oh man, it's taking forever. It's been 2 minutes. You know?
Oh, shit.
Yes, exactly. It sounded like
Dumb and Dumber.
yeah, dude. Yeah, Bob. Good to see you, Bob. So, if you want, Bob, I sent the link. You should have if you want to hop in. Duel, I can get you one if you want. So anything else you guys want to talk about on here? They did add a few more to the Game Changers list because they were easy on green at first, but they kind of made up for it.
Thank goodness.
I'm going to be very honest. I could not care less about the Game Changers list because nobody, or the tier list thing, nobody around here cares. I have talked to so many people about their little bracket system.
Yeah,
nobody cares about
the way you said that, Frank. It's just like, yeah, your little bracket system.
Sweetie, I don't appreciate the way you mock my accent.
Yes. Yeah, well, why don't you go play your little bracket system?
Yeah. Oh my
You know, it
gosh.
just might look little like a little bracket system, but I'll tell you what, these brackets are pretty big. It's just your cards are little.
Oh my god.
I'm telling you, I'm looking at this biorhythm and yeah, bro, I feel a kinship. That's how I'm just looking right now.
I really appreciate how the day after the ban list went up, people just started buying the crap out of biorhythms. They know.
They know.
They know.
Oh, is this a potential?
Mm,
Gavin
yeah,
will say
That's the response everyone had when they announced the unbannings. This is the exact look on everyone's face.
it's showtime.
Like, I'm not sure if I have to go to the restroom. I probably should. But you're like staring intently, thinking of these deep thoughts, you know, and everyone's thinking, "Oh my God, the guy's a psycho." No, he just has to go. He's just debating, you know, do I jump? Am I going to have a problem getting up, or like he's just in deep thought. But anyways,
should I trust this fart?
yeah.
First of all, never trust the fart. Never,
especially
trust
if you have to push it to get out. No, just don't do it.
So yeah,
yes, insider trading in MTG always happens.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's been happening for a hot long time.
Forever. No one's going to do anything about it. No one's going to stop it. It's just going to keep happening.
Well, there's no way to anyway, so it don't matter. It's just the part of the deal.
Yeah.
Look at the Fallout set. Oh, we can't talk about that yet.
What do you mean?
Huh? Oh, you know the rumor going around that it was given out to WotC employees.
Oh, really?
So, oh yeah.
The thing is there's a lot that's given out to WotC employees,
So,
and they have a clause that if they sell while still working at WotC, one, there's such a limited print run that it could be narrowed down to a WotC employee.
Right.
They have legal obligations outside of whatever. Once they're fired or leave or whatever, then they could possibly sell it. But if they sell it before, that's why it's very rare to see any of these Christmas cards or the employee special cards, because yeah, they can't sell it until they're gone.
Exactly. So I agree, JuggaloKev. Free Emmy. Yeah. Free all of them. Free every of them.
Yeah.
That's the thing is, like, look, they were willing to take the plunge and unban braids. And I'm still caught up on that, so, you know, fight me.
Yeah.
But if you're willing to unban one of the most unfun commanders in the format, then really, what is the line?
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what they're testing. They're testing the line.
Well, we knew already that they're not going to touch. They're not going to touch. No matter who's speccing, whatever. One, not all the insider traders have that info yet, so they can't mess with it. But they are not going to unban this year, especially Mana Crypt or Dockside or Jeweled Lurks. They're not going to touch it.
They can't afford to, because there would be an absolute. There'd be an absolute outcry. People would flip their lids. Oh, I sold this because it was banned. How dare you?
Yeah.
All that jazz.
I said this when the banning was happening. If you're going to ban, and all these people are like, well, they'll just unban in a few months, which obviously they did on a lot of cards. But if you're going to ban and you have a legitimate reason to ban your card, and I'm saying this as a person who likes to think, well, you're trying to make the game better by making unbreakable cards, and if you're trying to do that, stand to your commitments and keep the ban banned.
Exactly.
If not, you know, first of all, Magic players are not going to respect you, and they're going to harass you to unban more stuff. All right.
Sure, Bob. 1 second. I'm listening. I'm just
no. That was the end of my statement. You know, stand to your values. If you ban it in Wizards, keep it banned.
Yeah.
Because we're going to harass you. We're going to say, and we're going to send people over there. We're going to send letters over there. And we're not recommending going to Wizards of the Coast to complain, but we are going to complain to our heart's content until you unban another one. So I mean, the more when you start it, it's a slippery slope.
It is, and you know, people were buying a bunch of stuff on the ban list, so it was a surprise which ones they were going to do. But any of the big money ones, they're not going to touch until they can print it in a set, and then go, oh, by the way, it's unbanned now. You know, that way they could sell more, obviously. So, you know, come on now, Bob. I sent you the link in Discord. I don't know. I wouldn't put it past them that they're not going to unban something until they have it in a Masters of Masters, but not really Master set.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold
I
on, I'm
believe it.
scared. Okay, the fan's still on. Oh, I thought my breaker broke. Okay, no worries. Bob, I hear you. Here you come. Gaming Bob. By the way, you've never been properly introduced to Frank. Frank's awesome. Bob, meet Frank.
Hello.
I think I've been on the show before when he's been there. I could be
Really?
mistaken.
Okay. Oh.
I don't know. I have a slightly. I agree with the unban it all, and as Cowboy. As far as like people bitching, they're gonna bitch no matter what you do.
Well, people are gonna bitch.
You ban it, they're gonna bitch. You ban it, or you unban it, people are gonna bitch. You don't do anything at all, people are gonna bitch. So it's.
Yeah,
I've always just been a fan of the sticking to your grounds. If you do something, unless you go, well, you know what, we made a mistake, and you legitimately made a mistake on the banning card, then that's one thing.
Didn't ban
but
what?
They did not ban these cards.
He's right. The rules committee, which is definitely not Wizards employees, wink, wink, are the ones who banned them.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, and it doesn't even really matter. What's always made no sense to me is banning cards in a format that is purely casual. Like, it just makes absolutely no sense. You have Rule 0, which also makes the bracket system quite a bit perfunctory. Many people are finding out it's like, yeah, we don't pay any attention to that bracket system at all.
Yeah,
it's
everyone's
almost
ignoring it.
It's almost as bad as the like who really paid attention to the power system. I have Power 7 deck. It's like, get out of here.
Yeah.
People didn't listen to that. They're not going to listen to the bracket system. And it just allowed a few people to go for the difference between bracket 4 and 5 is when you know, because if you look at them, there's literally no difference.
I mean, all my decks are power Ds, so
right? I said I'm making bracket 6 decks. The bracket you don't know. I'm going to call it bracket when you know
bracket Ds.
Yeah, exactly.
and so
bracket D's nuts.
Bannings have not meant much in Commander because widely around the world at Kitchen Table Magic, which is almost solely the domain of where EDH is played, minus a few game stores, which even have their own customized house rules, is that many people play banned cards anyways. They paid $200 for a Mana Crypt. By God, they're putting it in their deck and not taking it out. Yeah. And it's like, I'm going to play in a group that lets me play it. I'm going to proxy every card, and they can suck Ds.
That's right. I think like a lot of places, like I think that unless you have somebody moderating, like looking through everybody's deck, which is almost impossible to do, especially the more people you have in a tournament, going, okay, we're gonna look at your decks real quick before you start playing it, because we don't want to have to slow down the tournament by going, you can't play that, you can't have that in your deck, you just screwed up the whole setup by having that one card in your deck. It could delay a tournament.
But there are no sanctioned tournaments for Commander.
Really?
Well, there's yes and no.
No,
but there's not really
no.
There's not a official tournament for this. So
but a lot of these big Magic conventions, they really want to make a big deal out of these whole side event Commander things. And when you go to them, you see them and that they are very popular. But
that doesn't make it a sanctioned tournament.
That's what I'm saying. It's not quite. It's yes and no. There's a thing where people are expected to follow their rules and all that jazz.
And I've been
all rather silly
and Gen Cons, and not once did they throw anybody out of a tournament for proxy cards. Because there are no tournaments. It's just casual people sitting down playing Commander. So there is no proxy only or no proxy sections at any con that I've ever seen. And what do those fall under? Game breakers instead of game changers? No, that's a proxy. They broke the game. Dude, it's all kind of silly nonsense. And the only thing that the ban list truly affects is the value of cards.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I see that.
Well, it also affects a lot of the discussion, and that's the thing.
Oh my God.
It affects so much discussion around the format of how it should be run, how these people are, what their jobs are doing, with all that jazz. And people tend to forget that, outside of the ecosystem of YouTube channels and social media, I'd be willing to bet that like 70% or more of the people who play Commander have not tuned into a single video or article or podcast or anything about the format in over 6 months. They've just been playing and having fun.
Sure.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, I think that's the point of the game, is to play and have fun. Especially, that's one of the reasons why I can understand why a lot of these people who are anti-ban are very very into just playing their game. It's like, I got this deck, I built this deck, and I know you guys have put a lot of money into building your decks, and if you're getting a precon, that's one thing. But if you want to have a deck that is exclusively gaming Bob, this is me. I put it together. I picked every single card out. I spent hundreds upon hundreds of dollars to make the Bob deck. Then I know that that you're not about to want to go, it's a waste of money. I had purchased this and now you've banned this card. There's a lot of people who are like that, and they just want to play the game that was intended when the game was made and for that set was printed.
Not even just that. There's going to be people who just don't even know that there was a ban. There's going to be people who walk into their there's going to be people tomorrow who walk into their LGS, plop down their deck, and go, "Oh, there was an unbanning? I didn't know. I wasn't caring. I didn't pay attention."
How many people you want to bet don't even know that there's a bracket system?
Yeah,
plenty. There's too many people that I've talked to all the time who just never tune in to Watsy's nonsense. Who go, there's a what system now? A tier what deck? Huh?
Well, I mean, until it affects either online play or tournaments, it's gibberish. Oh, wait, hold on. What did that lady on TV say? Hold on, I'm going to come up with it in a minute here. It's false allegations and lies.
Allegations and lies.
False allegations. Come on, people. But yeah, I don't know. But that wasn't even why I popped in here. But all this stuff is just so much nonsense, like the bracket system, the
Fugazi.
It's so much garbage that, and you're right, Frank. It does stir a lot of chatter, and maybe there's even something insidious behind that it's got more people Googling, keeping them relevant, being on the Twitters and the Twitches talking about nonsense,
Mm-hmm.
It's just keeping
right
public. But I'm kind of surprised. Maybe I missed it because I was out for a walk. Have you guys even broached the Q1 earnings?
No, I didn't think we were going to be talking about that today.
No,
I haven't looked at it specifically, but I have first impressions.
Yeah, I grazed over the report.
I didn't even get a chance to yet, so I will put up my boring 1 hour thing later. But tell us about it, because I didn't tune into it, man.
I'll give you the 10-second version, as it looks like things are. Man, I don't want to give away like the milk with the cow here, because I was planning on talking about it on Saturday. But and even Rudy kind of, I don't know if you watched his video today, kind of talked about it. And the Q1 results are fantastic. Right?
Yeah.
It is false allegations, baby. But it's something that we've talked about on my show, so I guess I could kind of spoil it a little bit more. Tinfoil hat Bob here.
Don't have the clip. Carry on.
That's fine. But I think we've all noticed something a bit strange in Q1, and that is that in Q1 they opened up pre-orders for everything all the way out, at least through Spider-Man, and then in Q2 they opened up Edge of Eternities for pre-sales. So it feels like they're stacking numbers at this first end, because at the front end of Q1 mainly.
Yeah, I was
to
wondering,
pad the numbers so that it generates more positive buzz.
Exactly. I was wondering, normally, 4 months out, sure, it's still pushing it, but okay.
Whoa,
but
we
why 6 to 8 months in advance of the set? Why are they selling stuff already? What?
Here's why.
Pre-sales up for Final Fantasy before they did for Tarkir.
Yep.
Yeah.
And here is why, so that they get to make those earning reports look good. In the opening statement, 5 seconds into the investor call, Chris Cox gets in there, and he is so hot about talking about Final Fantasy Universes Beyond, the big collaboration with Square Enix, all that jazz, and how he's anticipating it is like the best-selling pre-order ever, and it's going to be the best. It's already the best-selling set in Magic history, and all that excitement. That's like 60 seconds. The very beginning of the call is him hyping it up, and that's why. The set won't be out until June, and he's already being able to market it as the best selling ever. He looks like a hero. The entire team that designed it looks like the best guys ever. Meanwhile, people at their LGS can't even, get a box.
Well, and here's the thing, these very stiff drinks come with a hangover, meaning that, okay, Q1 numbers, because I don't know if you all were paying attention, but Q4 numbers from last year looked like doo-doo. Banta doo-doo. But
they're not great.
So I think that they didn't want to have two bad quarterly earnings reports in a row. And they said, well, how do we fix that? Well, let's just pre-sell everything. I think that it's at the expense of potentially Q2, Q3 earnings. Because they even said that they're expecting the rest of the year to not be so good. To level set. So,
gentlemen, I have to zoom out. I hope you gentlemen have a fantastic evening.
All right, Frank. Hey,
all right, Frank.
Put your link in the
Frank. I can bounce.
No, it's not him. He's got to go.
No, I have something coming up. I gotta go. Ciao, guys.
Enjoy your
evening.
Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yep. Anyways,
so,
Bob, carry on.
It's good news. Like I want to see Magic do well, and I'm going to say this because I think it's well known that Magic broke me from the fireside chat in the Cynthia Williams era, and I'm watching. I don't even know the guy's name. I should learn the guy's effing name that's in charge of WotC. I know he came from I think it was World of Warcraft, if I'm not mistaken. But clearly things have changed. And there is more restriction of products, at least. I think they already cashed in most of the reprint equity, and they have so little left that they have to manage it more judiciously. So it's interesting to watch how he's guiding WotC at this point after so much damage has been done during the hype COVID era, the Cynthia Williams era. So it's going to take a lot to turn that ship. So
but they have, but they brought in like more short term, I guess. I don't know the proper business term, Bob, but I'll try to explain it the best I can. They did really well this last quarter by listening to people, obviously not publicly apologizing or doing anything like that, but just being active and basically short printing crap. So they keep teasing us with pricing, or they keep trying to do the price increases, like this last the last. I'm all over the place. I'm sorry, Bob. The last secret layer, dude. They're trying to push that price, an extra $10. Like they try to do that with the M30 with but they went too high. Like if they could have pushed 900, they would have. But they said, "Hey, screw it. These guys will buy anything. Let's charge $1,000." Right?
I'm sorry. Still waiting for the punchline of that joke.
Yeah, no. The joke is me. No. No, I was just agreeing with you, and I'm sorry. My brain was like all over the place in that, so it was probably very hard to decipher.
I guess I'll sum that up. That I agree that you agree with me that things are changing. We still have to wait and see how much is good, because I agree with you that some things are good. I think that the price changes are not.
No.
Agree.
No. The shrinkflation is real.
This time last year, what set were we weren't really scrambling for any set. Now we know that it's even pointless to buy the play boosters if you're hunting value, any form of value. You have to get collectors, and now they short printed the collectors.
And what's funny is I basically only buy by and large play boosters if I buy anything at all. And
Really?
it's mainly so I could box break and do commander decks.
Right.
For
That makes
commander
sense.
raids. But
Yeah.
I am going hard. I've said it before, in just like Benson, going hard to the paint for Final Fantasy for various reasons. I've already canceled most of my orders for Spider-Man.
Right.
Awesome.
And I'll just wait and see, and I probably will get far less because it's starting to get priced out. Like, no matter what they're doing with the availability, if it's $200 basically for a draft booster box, you're going to price out so much of your audience. It's just getting so.
Well,
I've heard
already
things
have.
like Final Fantasy pre-release kits at $120.
Yes, I heard that as well.
Like, oof.
Yeah, that's not cool.
No, and you know, it's not good to have the product basically only in the hands of the speculators, and the real players out there are only getting singles when they hit the right price. And since the vast majority of players are commander, and it's getting far more acceptable to play proxies, the expensive cards are probably really only going to be played proxies, and you're getting to a very small community actually trading cards.
Yeah. I agree with you, Bob. And you know, I'm always happy when you come on, Bob. I mean, you're always the voice of reason. People get all butthurt, but I mean,
you all are in deep shit if I'm the voice of reason.
Yeah, right. I know. But no, I'm just saying I appreciate you coming back. But on that same point, I'm trying to get my brain to like actually function like and make a actual thought process, because I'm all over the place because there's things I wanted to talk to you about, Bob, and they're all coming all at once. So
whoa! That's what she said.
Exactly. It's a very messy situation, I tell you what.
It's hard to get your brain in place when you've been crapping it out all day, DJ.
Bro,
you can always talk to me on the side, first of all.
Yeah,
but
I know.
I'm no special person. I hope that every single person that just listened to DJ's rant and validated my the ethos, that I'm the appeal to ethos. But please go watch Pat's short on our channel.
Oh, okay.
The Cardboard Odyssey.
Can you do us Slazy people a favor and pop that link in the chat?
No.
Oh God, I don't.
But it's the one where Pat says, "I don't know shit." It's a short.
Coach.
Yeah.
He doesn't know shit. Nobody knows shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I hearted that video so hard, and I tell him that's like the best thing on our channel. And it's true. We postulate. You know, we look at things and give our opinions. We opine often about things, just like I do. It's certainly not fact. So trust but verify is a great term to use, but I do try to put more than 2 seconds worth of thought into things.
Yeah, I know. Unlike me, that all of a sudden I had a thought explosion where I'm trying to talk about 10 different things at the same time. So I'm sorry about that, guys.
It's okay. I'm still waiting. I'm still
waiting. You know what,
for
Bob? I'm like, right, Bob? You agree, right?
You said you wanted to talk to me about a lot of things, but the only thing I've heard so far is I agree, Bob.
Yeah. Well, you heard the most important thing. Now, what I am to say though is that they did turn things around, and I think this time last year, we weren't really scrambling for product. You know, we didn't have that.
I won't say that they turned things around though. I think that's not a complete thought. I think they're in the process of turning things around, right? And we we don't know what the impact of all of that's going to be. To turn it around and make product more desirable again and have a little more faith in WotC again. But now you can't get the product, and the product you can get is too fucking excuse my language, too expensive.
Hey, 1 hour 24 minutes and 9 seconds. Congratulations, Bob.
I'm sorry. But
it's cool. We worry about the first 30 minutes, but it doesn't matter.
You know what I mean?
They hit me. I think I was on one of my long streams, and they hit me as inappropriate, and I was just playing a game, so I wasn't even talking. I wasn't extra. I was just whatever. and I said the F word, and it still got hit. Like not demonic. I mean, basically them saying it's not kid friendly, which we all put it's for adults, but if it's not advertiser friendly, they'll bang you. You know what I mean? And it was weird because
I don't
there
know.
was
I
no
don't pay
thing that
attention.
happened. It hit me.
You know what? Matt and Pat pay attention to that on our channel. I could give 2 farts.
Exactly.
But I feel bad coming onto your show and saying I don't give 2 farts. It was bad to me. But in any case, the point being that when they turn knobs and dials, even they don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Right. And so you can't just react to things. You have to sit back and watch and let multiple things happen over a period of time to collect enough data to understand what their changes are, what they're doing, and what the impact is.
Exactly. Yep.
Exactly, Genesis. Yeah. No, I hear you. So yeah, no, I have to go and watch that and see what's up. So what he's sitting there for the first 5 minutes just gloating because they were able to pre-sale freaking Final Fantasy. Like I honestly thought it would be that crazy for Marvel, you know, but no, it was for Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I mean, they don't really. I haven't watched it all. I need to go, and I really am more interested in the actual numbers than their blah 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 and their press releases. But again, I think there has to be a somewhat of an asterisk because they did something different. They turned knobs and dials and pre-sold sets. Like, tell me I'm crazy, but when have you ever seen pre-sales this far out for so many sets all at once and pre-selling one set before a set that's coming out more recently in, Tarkir and pre-sale, literally pre-sales for Tarkir started after the pre-sales for Final Fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
When have we ever seen that?
Yeah.
So you have to take all of that into account when you're looking at Q1 numbers.
Yeah, they're trying something. They're fudging the numbers for sure, and they're definitely they're trying new things. I've been noticing since I got back in. So,
and I'm not even going to say that it's a bad thing because the whole world is what have you done for me lately? And if they had posted 2 quarters of bad numbers, that could start panic sell off. That could start loss of interest in stock, which has other effects.
Yep.
And it's somebody that's on a life raft doesn't care about surviving tomorrow. They care about surviving the next 5 minutes.
Yeah. And that's always kind of been my mindset because like I've never been able to actually plan my money per se. It's always been paycheck to paycheck. So I'm used to that mentality and I know how to survive that way. But
I wish I had a oh hell no kind of button for you.
Right. I know,
because tomorrow does come.
It's dumb, but I'm used to living that way. And with this price hike on Wizards, it affects me. If you notice, like for me, I used to do a collector and a draft box at the time, and I haven't done that. I'm lucky to even get a fat pack. Just with the sets dropping as fast as they do. I mean, I do appreciate the slowdown, but they're not slowing down because if it's not this, it's Secret Lair. And it's coming later in May.
I don't feel that they've really even slowed down.
No,
I feel what they've done is they've tightened up print runs to a degree.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, look at what they're doing now. It's becoming a big deal that they reprinted Nxla, which came out 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And it came out during an era that he wasn't even at the helm and it was already overprinted. So hopefully what that is that there's a guy in the lifeboat there that's looking and saying, well, we need to look a little farther ahead.
I think it's all paying attention, finally.
What I would say is I'm super happy that we haven't had a true reprint set. I mean, you have Innistrad, sure.
But yeah, there's not been a Commander Masters or Double Masters 2022 or anything.
Not anything announced, right?
Exactly.
And who knows how long they had Innistrad on the boards. So, that's where they've absolutely decimated prices of for the reprints.
100%.
I mean, looking specifically at Dominaria Remastered, they just utterly smoked Urza, right? Went to a $5 card. Simply because of Dominaria Remastered. And so did many of the other ones. I mean, it dropped the prices of so many cards in Dominaria Remastered.
But here's a good question, Bob. Do pre-sales count as revenue for the current quarter if the order doesn't get paid for until shipping?
Wow.
Well,
That is an interesting question. And why I say that is because you have to understand what gap and non-gap is. And the short answer is we don't know. I also made that same question. Did they include it in the revenues? Did they not? Because, Tarkir did so well, but what the hell did well in Q1?
Yeah, but Bob, the pre-sales weren't nuts on it. It was when the spoiler season hit, it was hot. You know what I mean?
What I'm saying is,
you had stores canceling orders because they're like, oh, especially after Aether Drift. Yeah.
Well, Aether Drift didn't do well, and as far as I understand, Innistrad, people go, was that this year? When was that? What was that?
Yeah.
It was not a big set. So what are they including in those numbers? And if they're so much better than quarters that included, Bloomburrow and other popular sets, I'm curious if they are adding those numbers, but they don't put that kind of granularity, Coach, to be fair. They could, if you look at what's called non-GAAP accounting measures. Non-GAAP means non-generally accepted accounting principles. GAAP is generally accepted accounting principles. And what that means is they don't have to really show where those numbers come from. So I have to look at the report and see what's GAAP versus non-GAAP, if they even report it that way. And it's just a lot of, like what Frank was saying, they kind of smoke and mirrors their numbers.
So I'm having a thought here. In order to do,
that's dangerous.
I know it is.
I was wondering where the smell came from.
The hamster's dead. I got to replace it with a new one.
Okay, go for it, bud.
Tinfoil hat time. What if they're setting up Spider-Man and Avatar as failures because it's a partnership in essence with Disney?
No.
Well, any partnership.
Never mind.
Never mind. In essence, it's not exactly, but in essence, it's with Disney. So maybe when they put this deal into motion, Cynthia Williams was at the helm. They don't like the deal now, so they're trying to set it up as a failure. That's why they're reporting that.
I don't think that Spider-Man's going to fail at all.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to fail. I'm just saying, what if they're setting it up that way? Like, they're saying we're not expecting big returns on this.
If that's the case, then there'd be a huge deal about that. And I think that Disney, particularly with their hands in on the mix, would definitely be going through a few lawsuits, filing a few lawsuits, because Disney's very,
if they can
very,
find
very
the evidence,
money.
Well, I don't. First of all, I don't. I highly doubt that on many fronts. But let's be real. And I always want you to reference in the back of your head that short video from Pat. I don't know shit. You don't know shit. Nobody.
Exactly. Nobody knows shit except for the people over there, right?
And even at that, I think you'd be utterly surprised at how many people over there don't know anything.
Oh, of course, everything's compartmentalized.
But I would highly doubt that they're doing anything as bad as Hasbro has been struggling. They wouldn't do anything to jeopardize sales, period. I think we're in the exact opposite. They are doing exactly what they can to squeeze every drop out of everywhere in a
I agree
more responsible way than they have. They were doing it full, just unabashed over the last few years. And they said, wait, this is heading in a bad direction. So they chucked Cynthia out the window and said, let's get this under control and start heading in a better direction because the future looks grim. So I think that they would not do anything to intentionally shoot themselves in the foot. They are going to carefully try to maximize profits on everything to the best of their ability. Right. So they would not set up anything to intentionally fail, whether they like a deal or not.
Yeah, unless their royalties mount is like 50% sales or something insane like that. You know what I mean?
Well, then all you simply do in contract negotiations is say we're not going to renew the contract.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
it wouldn't be through trying to get less sales and say it's less successful.
But
That
if you're
looks bad on Magic. It doesn't just poop on.
Yeah, it's going to look bad
Right.
on Magic altogether. If they were to do something like that, I don't think that Magic would do it. I don't think Hasbro would let Magic do something like that, and I definitely don't think that a company as big as Disney, Marvel would go into an agreement that has something that would impact them negatively either.
And they're gonna have good faith clauses and all that crap in the contract.
So
but
something
I just
falling into this. Oh, I was sorry. Go ahead, bud.
Oh, it's all right. No, I just found it interesting that they're saying, they're expecting losses or less productive numbers with two massive sets coming up,
but
and
it's
with
not
Final
due
Fantasy.
To the sets. It's not due to the sets. It's due to when they're putting them up for sales. Right?
Yeah.
That they've already. There's only one set left in the entire year that's not up for pre-sale.
That's Airbender right now, right?
Yeah, that's the only thing you can't buy right now.
Yeah,
like that's absurd, dude. They've even SpongeBob is out. Surprise, Deadpool's out, Spider-Man's out, Edge of Eternity's out, Final Fantasy's out, Park live. So as far as Genesis, I'm not sure. Nobody's going to be able to know what quarter they're putting all the numbers in. My guess is they're going to try to spread them across the quarters the best that they can to make each quarter look good. Understand that's
although it does make sense.
That's
Bob.
how Watson looks at itself, though.
You're talking about padding numbers. That makes sense. I mean, everything was basically available for pre-order quarter one, all of it, all the way up to Spider-Man. So
up to Spider-Man. I think the Edge of Eternities came out only in quarter two, only in April, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Edge of Eternities, I think, just popped on the radar a couple of weeks ago.
Okay, but still, is Spider-Man and Final Fantasy available to purchase in the same quarter?
And Dragonstorm,
yeah.
Yoish.
All in the same, available in the first quarter. What? Okay, I understand what you're saying earlier, but like all the sets. So if you're a Marvel fan or a Final Fantasy fan and you're trying to catch that money, hey, they're like, we need quarter one to be amazing, so everything's available for sale now. Yeah, that's what you said earlier. I'm just like, okay, I agree, Bob.
But
it makes sense to me. I was like, wait a minute.
It's just a really odd maneuvering to me. So,
and what I'm saying is, does anybody else remember a time in Magic history when they had almost the entire year's sets available this far out?
That is that's never happened. That's never when
it was happening, Bob, I was like, why are they pre-selling? So like it didn't make sense, but now that you came on and said it, it makes total sense because like they wanted to pad quarter one like hell. So yeah,
and maybe we're seeing that, and maybe it was successful, and maybe it's not even so bad because it's always good press to say, look, our Q1 results are great, people. And as far as investors care, that's all they care about. They don't care about next quarter.
No,
they care about the most recent quarter reported.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Makes sense to me.
And if they see strings of quarters that are bad, that's very bad.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
So
yeah,
it feels like that's the only explanation I have for this odd move by WotC.
Yeah, that's
put it all out there at once. It's hurting my numbers, and indeed. I think you can go back and look at the different shows. I think I even came on here and said that at some point. I know I said it on my show. And it looks that way. And we'll have to see, because what that would mean then is that, well, I honestly think Q2 is going to be somewhat of an anomaly given the, smashing success of Tarkir. And I don't think they expected this much success from it. So good on them.
I don't think they did.
And I think they're going to get a lot of the numbers still to pump in from Q2 for Final Fantasy. I think it is going to be the biggest, unless they come out with a real wet fart. Like, remember, D&D was ultra hyped. A lot of people forget or weren't even around then. Mm-hmm. Remember that, DJ, before it came out? How everybody
and then they totally got AFR'd.
And then they dropped the poop bomb of like, oh,
Yeah.
this set sucks.
Yeah,
Right?
well, it was like the wrong of all the sets to power creep. You know, if that was the set.
That was power
And they
breaking,
didn't.
not power creep.
Yeah,
That,
no,
that
I
was the
mean,
reverse power breaks. Yeah.
yeah, it was a power break, and it was like, but why? And people felt that were attached to those characters were like, homie's not that weak, you know?
Yeah.
And I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I have yet to see anything worthy of the hype in Final Fantasy.
Yeah, so far,
Other than the
I'm not
art.
attached to the. As I explained before, Bob. Like for me, I'm not really attached to the IP. Now, if this was Aliens versus Predator, dude, I would be like, I'd be like that crack user on the street selling the neighbors' TVs to get the set, you know. But I'm not that attached to Final Fantasy. I think it's a great IP. It's not for me. I did not play it growing up as much, you know, so I'm not personally attached to it. Now, if they had some good cards in my color pie, if they had some awesome gen cards, cool. I would want those. But honestly, so far, all I want is the cactus because it's meme-tacular, and the new art on the ancient copper dragon. That's the only two cards I'm really looking at so far. That I'm like, bro, that would be sick.
But
the rest,
what banger card have they even released yet? I haven't seen.
I don't know.
There hasn't really been a superpower card. I mean,
Yeah.
Tifa's pretty nice if you've seen that leak.
Okay, but I'm talking on the level of like Cavern of Souls.
Oh no, they haven't released
No, I haven't
anything
seen
like
anything.
that yet.
Yeah.
No, this is a straight gonna be a collector set, you know.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I think that
So,
that's going to
we'll
be a
see,
big
but
factor
yeah.
for Final Fantasy, and we'll find out in about 2 weeks. But again, you know, if it is a banger set, then it's going to have huge numbers. If they AFR it, oh, that would be.
I would
That would be
expect AFR it.
You know,
It's
that,
got-
that would be.
It's got
Big
the
AFR.
additional it's got the additional print sheet there for the reimagined stuff in Final Fantasy. So, you know, I would expect it to be a little bit weaker.
Bro,
So
my
we'll
question
see.
is why the Requiem was a sequel to it, and it was just like what on that movie? But okay, yeah, no, it's cool, dude.
Good. I'm going to say something I think is probably, as far as Predator goes, my favorite, and I know this is going to be taboo, but dude, I think Prey was probably my favorite. That was dope.
Dude, that was awesome. I loved Prey. Just the whole natives versus predator thing. That was sick.
I didn't watch it yet.
I really, really enjoyed it.
I'm not even a big fan of like, you know, lead female heroines, but I think she pulled it off.
It wasn't too bad. Yeah, it wasn't horrible.
Loved
It wasn't the greatest, but it was all right. It was all right.
It was
Either that or
pretty
the
awesome.
Alien movie, on the other hand, like, huh?
Which one? Romulus or whatever that just came out?
Yeah.
I haven't
there
seen
were
that
some
one
cool
yet.
scenes, but bro,
I wasn't
like,
I didn't like it.
it's
Better than some of the other ones. But
No. A little okay. I'm sorry. Tad bit spoiler here, guys. The plot made no sense. Okay, she has to work super hard to get off planet, right? To this other or relocated or whatever for Whaling Corp. And they said no, denied. Oh no, actually, you owe this much more now. And like you're like, oh, depression. And then she just gets on with their buddies and then leaves planet. I'm like, what? Huh? Right? They go to the
MacGuffins.
secret base. Like, what, dude?
It's just yeah. MacGuffin after
That was
MacGuffin.
just-
Okay.
Exactly. It was just like that part
Dude,
didn't made zero sense to me, man.
it's alien.
But how do you like my meme? And also, I don't really care for the new design on the Predator. But Bob, how do you like my new meme?
Okay. And what I want to say about Alien is it's aliens. You're thinking too hard.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, true. But
Don't-
I mean,
don't-
the way
it's
they
not
made
a-
the movies before, Alien and Aliens was the best.
Oh,
it's not a
absolutely.
philosophical dissection. It's aliens. Yes.
Get over, man. That's definitely the best Alien movie.
My
for sure.
favorite's
Oh,
Aliens.
heck yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Aliens.
Space Marines? Hell yeah.
Aliens.
It's over, man.
Yep.
Seeing that droid get ripped in half. I can watch that all day.
They
Yeah.
mostly come out at night.
Mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah, dog. That's such an iconic movie. In the Pipe, 5x5. But
That's right.
dude, it was a dope movie. But I would love to see an Aliens versus Predator set. I think that they could do it. I don't know what they would do for lore, but look, as far as like guns and all that shit being in Magic, I'm sorry for the lore purists. You've already lost.
Oh, dude, guns have been in Magic since day one.
Oh, absolutely. Unfortunately, in just about every IP, if they've done a crossover at any point in time, lore purists are gone.
Yeah.
Well, especially when the crossovers are smashingly successful, like Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
But Lord of the Rings makes sense.
I mean, we had a rocket launcher in Magic in '94, so
yeah,
I agree.
Yeah,
and I've never really, I didn't even know there was lore until Perp started doing the lore series. I'm like, really? There was a story? I didn't know.
I love the story.
And I've been playing Magic since 1994, so I had no idea, and I didn't care. Like in most video games, I'm like, oh, there's a story, because I'm the guy that always hits spacebar, escape on all the like blah blah blah.
Right. Hit B to escape. Hit B to leave the storyline. Don't need to talk to the NPC. Sorry. B.
Right.
B.
Spacebar. Just right through the chat.
It's funny you play MMORPGs, but don't care about the story. You're just like,
I don't.
Yeah.
And
they're for the RP. Time. Yeah.
And then you're like, what was the mission I was on now? I was supposed to accomplish something, and this guy didn't tell me what to do.
Oh, yeah, you skipped through all that.
I even get into the parts of the games where you're like when I played EverQuest, even back when it first came out, I sat there with a notebook on the side, and what I was more interested in, okay, in this zone, I fought and killed 35 mobs in 64 minutes, and I got 3 bubbles of XP, and then I go to the next zone and chart it out and figure out where was the best place for farming XP or for farming gold, or that's how I play video games. So the lore.
See, and I'm that guy who steals your notebook and tries to play the game exactly the way you did and say I beat it real quick.
Well, I mean, cool. And I'm the kind of guy that shares stuff. I don't care. But
because I used to buy those remember back in the day, PlayStation had had a magazine for every single game they released, the guidebooks. I bought those and I'm like, yeah, I played the game. So what is the game about? I don't know. I friggin' played the game based off the way the PlayStation book told me to play it.
God, and on the guides, it was like I needed the book to play the game, pretty much.
Right. Because otherwise you got stuck in a spot. You're like, I don't know where the apple goes into the tree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I had to climb on this rock over here and go around the back side of it, and there's a hole when the squirrel moved. But I get you. But I mean, the point being that like the lore purists in Magic, I hate to say it because I kind of feel bad for them, because I get that they're jealously guarding yesteryear, and that's definitely that horse left the barn hard. Like probably when My Little Pony showed up. When was that? Like 2021?
What was that? 2020, 2021, somewhere in there. Yeah,
somewhere around there. Yeah. So yeah, dude,
it was the bad years.
I just imagine just a Magic tournament full of bronies dressed up in My Little Pony gear.
It happened.
Oh.
It's happening. What are you talking about? That's almost every game store.
That's right. DJ shows up every Friday.
Yeah.
Hello.
What are you talking about?
I'm playing my Sparkle Puff Unicorn deck, and I'm having a good time today.
That's right.
But I mean, it's unfortunate, but it's a business, right? WotC is a business.
Of course, they have to survive.
I don't agree with all these people saying, look, you can go back to in-universe sets. I think it's kind of more of a, you've been starving people for so long for an in-universe set. You've been starving people for so long for a really good set. And I wouldn't even, I think that Tarkir is already, man, do you remember when that released? I remember back in the day when
IP, Bob. I mean, it's an actual Magic set. That's why Bloomburrow went so well, because it was an actual Magic set, and it made sense.
But it wasn't great though. Let's be honest.
I love Bloomburrow, but I'm also a tribal typal head.
Okay,
so whatever.
If you had all pictureless Bloomburrow, you would say it's an okay set.
If it had
Not
squirrel in
great.
the label, yes, I still would have been nuts for it.
I'm just
it,
saying it's not
squirrel
it's,
nuts.
it's not a
Yes.
bad set. I'm
Ah.
just saying it's not like that's going to be a marquee Urza Saga type set.
Right.
No. I mean, unless you're into squirrels, bats, and mouse and rats, you know.
Ever since Secret of Nim, cute creatures doing battle, awesome. So
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the set. I'm the one that said, that's what they should do. I don't think they could do a full set, but they could at least do a secret layer.
Well, there's a whole bunch of sets that are, I mean, a whole bunch of ideas that are similar to Secret of Nem, that they can do, that have
The
similar
Rescuers.
style. Yeah, the Rescuers. I was actually thinking of more like the Red Leaf series. If you've ever read that, it's about. DJ would love it. It's a graphic novel series about squirrels in the Middle Ages.
Nice.
Yeah,
Where do I
it's
get
a
this?
great set.
I need it now.
So
I'll
be
it's
honest.
a great set of comics.
Nice.
I'll be honest. I'd never buy Secret Layers. I don't really agree with them. But if there was Secret of Nim, I'd have to buy it. My great uncle was Jenner in Secret of Nim.
Oh wow!
Really?
See,
Nice.
for many years, my handle everywhere is Nicodemus.
Oh, love Nicodemus.
I said Red Leaf. I meant Red Wall series. Sorry. It's a great.
I thought you were going
novel.
for like Red Shoe Diaries. I'm like, I don't know where he's going, but
Yeah, Red Wall series was the name of it, not Red Leaf. Red Wall is the name of
Red
the
balls. What?
Ah, nuts.
Yeah.
but I mean, I think that there's a touch of like starvation for a good set for Tarkir, so it hit at the right time with the right amount of stuff. People like dragons. I'm not a big dragon guy, and there's plenty of good cards in the set. I hate to say it, but even Aether Drift has a number of good cards in it. But what a terrible just feel for a set.
Exactly.
A lot of people looked at it and said,
Exactly.
The mechanic is bad.
When was the last real Magic in IP set that wasn't a hat set? I mean, how long?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Right? Well, I mean, we had the niche horror set, which is actually really good. I kind of want to pick up some more of it.
Duskmourn.
Duskmourn didn't appeal to me at all either, but it's got some good cards in it.
It's got some real power cards in there. So, but besides Duskmourn, was an actual real Magic, or felt like Magic, is Bloomburrow. So Tarkir feels more like Magic, is Magic, and dude, I mean, you have a bunch of dragons, Ugin, really good Elspeth, freaking dragons and dragons. I mean, come on, dude.
But here's what I want to say: the belly flop that they did on Tarkir was the card that they tried to push most.
What's that?
The Jasper.
Yes. What a third card. I'm sorry. It's just I've said it before. I'm going to stick by my guns that it's on par with Mox Tanalite.
It's a $10 card.
Tanalite's better.
It's better, but no, I mean it's too particular. Like, we thought
I said that since the beginning, and people will shat all over me for saying it. And I'm like, no, dude, it's
a $10-$20 card max. I mean, if you're playing dragons, you'll slot it. But if you're not,
no, I wouldn't. I mean, even you'd have to have a lot of low dragons to slot it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why would you put it in?
To get early productivity out of it.
Well, it would punish. It would punish you early, right?
Exactly.
Even if it's 0, it just took up a space in your hand if you don't get to turn it on for 4 turns.
Yeah.
Right. And even then, it's like meh. After turn 4, who cares?
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm just happy that I predicted that Baldur's Gate would pick up, because it had a ton of on curve dragons. So
Baldur's Gate was a fantastic set. It just
I disagree. I opened a $21 box on DJ stream.
The initial price point was the bad part.
No, I didn't get shit. Even today, looking back.
Oh, did you get? Was it a set box?
I think so.
Yeah, it was set box.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so bad.
So I opened a case of set boxes, a full freaking case, and I got 1 dragon and 0 lands in 6 boxes.
I got 0 dragons.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
got
in
Zero
6
Dragon.
boxes, I got 1. So it was that. Then I found out about the collation error with it, and I was like, well, crap, let me switch to draft boxes. Guess what? I cracked 3 draft boxes, got 2 ancient copper dragons. Happy.
Nice. Yeah.
So
might be serendipity, but too small sample size. But it was
yeah.
not a good experience for me.
Oh no, the set boxes
No.
were horrible. I was pissed.
man.
But the draft boxes are actually pretty solid.
That's a magic memory I wish I didn't have.
Right.
I'm sorry, Bob. And I wanted
Well,
to go the
hey,
cheapest and
Bob,
more
did you
expensive.
invest in Fallen Empires too?
Actually, yes.
Yep,
I
me
wouldn't say I
too.
invested, but back in the day, I was so broke I could only afford Fallen Empires packs. But
Right.
the very first pack, and I was in Okinawa when it came out, and I didn't know any better. Nobody did.
Nobody did. Yeah.
And Magic was very, very different back then. Very, very
Yeah.
It
different.
was.
Um,
Hell, people were running the Havenwood. Just sack my land for 2 green mana. Heck yeah.
oh, the counterlands that you would always try to make work, and then somebody else
the
would,
storage counterlands.
the asshole would show up with the Hypnotic Spectre deck and Mind Twist, and like,
Yeah.
oh, that was fun.
Him to Turok.
Yeah, it's like, okay, totally efficient black deck against anything else, and you're like, well, that sucks. Or the blue denial players.
Oh god.
It was like, or the ones that combined both of those. It was like, oh, that's just crap.
Yeah.
But it was a very different era back then. But you know, the Fallen Empires packs were much cheaper, and I could get my hands on them. The very first pack I bought was Legends, and I could only buy one, and it was $10. I'll never forget that.
Wow.
Yep.
And I opened Stang. That was my rare. So bad even back then. I could never make it work.
Yeah. My first Magic pack was a beta pack, and I got Pure Lace.
Oh.
So, and
nice
I was
that you were at least able to open a beta. I've never opened beta.
well, I also got a Holy Armor, and that is one part of my collection that for some reason I've been able to keep all this time, and I still have my beta Holy Armor that's all played and beat up, and I'm gonna send it in for grading and see if I can get a 1.
I think at some point they don't grade it, don't they?
Yeah, if it's damaged.
They just
yeah.
send it back. But at any rate, I mean, I think that's that's what I came on to talk about, was like the interesting Q1. What does it mean, even when it's positive? I'm not just trying to poop on them when they have a positive thing, and I'm going to say it's positive, and hopefully them turning the ship in ways that they're doing and tuning the knobs and dials will ultimately be better for everyone involved. You know, please everybody all the time. I don't know how possible that is, but certainly we're way too early in his tenure to say that what he's doing is good. Some of the things I think are good. Some of the things not so much. I've said it. Remember my prediction. I'm pretty sure I came on here and talked about it, that, you know, here we are. Secret lair prices already going up. Right?
Yep.
I said they're going to push that envelope this year. And I think
$30
that's
difference between non-foil and foil, though.
And it's
like
basically
no value. There's no value there.
Right,
so.
but it's even basically $10 above the value of any other previous foil secret lair for just like a regular secret lair. But you know, clearly they're pushing that average price envelope. Like that seems to be a direction. So even if they do good things with the other parts of what we were complaining, foils are flatter. My channel partner pointed that out on our stream Saturday, and I don't know if you've noticed that, but foils are definitely getting flatter.
Yeah, they are improving card quality for sure.
I don't want to go there, but I'll say that the foils are flatter because I heard
as far as the foils go.
Like I've heard lots of bad things about like the quality of Tarkir.
Oh no, yeah, no, they're rushed.
Like
printing.
Oh my god, guys! Do you guys remember the oh god, what was it, Bob? The first Commander Masters. Like you were really scared of opening the collector box because when you open it, you might have gotten botulism. Because
if you're talking about the Commander Legends,
bad. What's that?
Oh no, that was Commander Legends.
Yeah,
that was Legends.
Commander Legends, that's what I mean.
Those are some of the worst foils they've ever made.
Those were horrendous.
They're bad.
It was like you're excited to get a freaking Jeweled Lotus, but foil. But at the same time, you're trying. If you were a box opener back then, you were trying so hard to kind of bend it up so people can actually see the card. It was foiled so curled so bad.
Well, and what's even worse is like many of the foils are just so dark. Like beyond
Yes.
Sterling, it was like, what does that say? It's like better have some really bright lights in your room because them cards are hard to read. They're so washed out. And if you remember, even the foil etched, even though they were flat, they were pretty dark in Commander Legends.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Commander Legends had all kinds of problem, unfortunately.
Yeah, a lot of production issues. They cut too many costs.
And I still have 3 collector boxes sitting on my shelf downstairs.
Oh, nice.
Did you have to put them on because of the like a different shelf because of the odd sizing and the potential botulism?
Well, I wrapped them around the water heater.
Oh, okay. I mean, you know, to the foot, the top point in, so it might actually eventually become flat or reverse the other way.
I think that's what Robert said, Genesis, that the Baldur's Gate draft boosters were more fruitful. Let me tell you, after I opened the 1 box of Baldur's Gate set, that's the only thing I've opened from Baldur's Gate. I'm like, nope, I'm done.
Yeah, Genesis. The Baldur's Gate draft are much more fruitful than the set boxes. Avoid the Baldur's Gate set boxes at all costs. The collector boxes are even better than the set boxes, and collector boxes weren't particularly fruitful either.
They weren't that great, no.
So
like I like a lot because that set was a very elf, and because I look at it from the tribal typal level, a lot of elves and a lot of dragons in that set. So
oh yeah,
if you're looking for stuff to flesh out those two, that is a set to get, because you're more likely to get a elf than a dragon, but you definitely got a lot of the uncurved dragons. You know, the I don't remember there was a 1 drop, but they definitely had a lot of 2s, 3s, and 4s. So,
yeah, and you know, there's a lot of really solid uncommon value in the set too. Like if you're looking for flipping cards and stuff, there's like 10, 15 uncommons that are worth at least $3.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I have to. I'll look into that. The question I had was, is there any interest in foundations? Because I know you were talking about it. Because I stole you $2 from the FedEx Blue Bar, so I'm thinking I might want to get one if anyone's down for like a inexpensive rip and ship. So, but speaking of which, guys, we should probably wrap up here. I did want to say, guys, from my non-WBN friend, our guy Speed Robo, I do have to start getting orders in on this. So again, this is separate from the flash sale. But I want to know if anyone's looking for more of a sure thing. We do have this available. Again, this is he has the collector box. I know it's expensive, but it's still better than market. $560, gift bundle $120. That's decent. If anyone here cared about the collector EDH set, $700 is decent. The lowest one I've seen right now, I think, was what, like $900. And the EDH set will probably be better to get through the flash sale, but if you're looking for more of a sure thing, he's got those available too. So yeah, it's shipping from me to you basically, but those are available. So if anyone wanted to hop in, please get at me soon, because he has to get his orders aligned and in by the 28th. So okay.
heck yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
so
Genesis, that's an excellent idea. DJ, he's saying do a Baldur's Gate draft box rip and ship. I would definitely be down for that.
Okay, I will look around because this isn't through normal distributors, so I do have a few connects in a few groups, so I'll look around for that. Baldur's Gate, got it.
Yeah.
All right,
Get
so
some Dragos.
Oh yeah. I always liked it hunting dragons, because honestly the dragons are the best hits in there, besides Displacer Kitten and a few others. So
Yeah, dragons, the lands, Karlach, yeah. There's quite a bit.
sure. And oh yeah, and our box should be coming in tomorrow, Robert. So Robert was kind enough. I already ordered it when, you know, because I'm hood rich at the minute. So I was like, oh dude, I love Battle Bond. I just like the set. So I got one. He did a color break with me, so we're gonna have fun tomorrow night with that. Yeah, Dan, did you have anything to show? I know Bob's just like watch my shit on Saturday, and that's all he wants to say. So we'll start with you.
Well, not really. Pretty much, other than Wednesday, with Jesse Hellwheeler and myself, we have Procrastinating Across the Ocean, where we pretty much don't really talk about anything in particular, but we have a lot of fun doing it. We usually get AI to make a little fun little thing for Jesse to read in her British accent, and the American following loves it. So, you perverts out there, we're going to be doing something Britishy again. Next week. Also, we're going to be doing some Suno, writing some jank Suno music on our show Wednesday. So join us for that. And then after the podcast, we have community game night where we're going to probably be playing Bloons Tower Defense or another community game like Jack's Box Party Games.
Yeah. And Coach agreed. We talked about this a little bit earlier, that they're just, testing the market, trying to see if they could push that price.
Yep.
And there's not $60 worth of cards in there in foil. So
No.
don't buy it. Just don't. I mean, the art's is okay, but there's no cards there that like, oh my God, I need them,
Or do buy it if, you just want to.
If you want to, sure. But it's just them testing the market, and it's probably not going to sell out for a few weeks. So hopefully we can go slap the hand. No, Watsy, bad. No, Hasbro, bad.
I think what Coach is saying is WTF.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fully agreed. It's
totally.
BS.
It's not worth it. There's nothing in there. So if you want it, cool.
Didn't the Bob Ross Secret Lair present for less? So, and that one's way better.
Oh, way better.
Even though it's just basic lands.
Wait, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Bob Ross Secret Lair?
Yeah.
Was that a thing?
Yeah, it was. Back a few years back.
I wish I had bought more. I think I bought 2 of each.
I wanted one, but I didn't get one at the time.
I've bought the lands on the secondary market.
Tell me there was a Happy Little Clouds card.
No,
it was just basic lands. It was his landscapes.
Yeah,
because they could have went in so many cute directions, like squirrels, because Bob Ross had a thing for squirrels, and he always had his catchphrases like "Happy Little Lands" or "Happy Little Clouds," let's give that tree a friend there. Every tree needs a friend. Can you imagine what's going on in that lake over there? Imagine what's going on in the lake over there. And every time he says that, I'm like, you're wanting me to shout at the TV that there's people skinny dipping.
All right, Bob. I know you hate to do it, but just pop your link in and tell people to go watch you on Saturday.
False allegations, not facts.
That's right.
But I don't have my link handy. I don't know how to do all that stuff in here. I'd rather not just hold us up. Watch us Saturday nights, 7 p.m. Cardboard Conversation. Do it.
Yeah, do it.
They're good peeps.
Do it.
They're good peeps, and they're funny as hell.
Hell yeah. Now, good conversations. Go check out Cardboard Conversations. I don't have a link either, so we're doing awesome. Robert, anything you want to push at the moment besides we got a cool hangout tomorrow?
Burrito? No. That's it.
Don't talk about pastrami right now. Then we're fine.
No. You brought it up. I brought up burritos.
Yeah. So tomorrow, I don't have much to show at the moment either, except for obviously the sale. If you guys are looking for Final Fantasy, this is a legit thing. The flash sale should be probably the first or second week of May coming up. I would definitely tune in for that because there will be some excellent prices if you're looking for the EDH sets and the play booster boxes. I know collectors and gift bundles are pretty much going to sell out at split second speed. But I got some backup. If there's interest, cool. Well, I like supporting our guy, Speed Robo. So again, if you guys didn't see it, you just contact me. Send me the moolah. He needs to get his orders in by the 28th. So
28th
we got
of April?
Of April, yes. Because that's the last day that all the stores can put in orders for Final Fantasy, at least the first run anyway. So
if we send you the money, is that guaranteed that he's going to get a collector box?
Basically, what we're looking at is we get the money in. It's going to sit in my PayPal. As long as I know it's a solid order. Like I had people say yes before, but I don't have money or any type of anything. But I think he gets his actual allocation after he does his order on the first. If it's a no-go, I'm going by priority of who paid first, if that makes sense. It's not interest bearing or anything like that. It's just, I hold until he says yes. I can fill, we have 3 collector boxes. I can fill 2 of them. I go by order of who sent me money first. And if it doesn't work out, boom, it's sitting there, goes right back to you. So,
well, I'm gonna hang on till after we end the stream. I want to talk to you for a minute.
Oh yeah. Let me know. I know it sounds weird, but anyways, he has those available. And then of course we have the flash sale. No prices yet for the flash sale, but again, I'm just trying to help out my boy, and the prices are they're reasonable. They're not the greatest, but it does beat market. So there you go. Other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And yeah, Bob, hang out for the end of the stream here. And I hope everyone enjoyed themselves. We'll see you Sunday for sure for some late night EDH. We were supposed to fire this Wednesday, but whatever, Anyway, I hope you guys have a good one, and we'll catch you later. Where's my mouse? There it is. Bye.
Adios.